story. He was out there surfing, as he often does, and the beaches were closed, and 3 young swimmers, because it was 90 degrees, got swept way out into 8-foot waves. No one else was around, so Carlos did what I don't know how many other people would do, but paddled over to the first young woman, pulled her up onto the surfboard. She's here with us today. And that's a very difficult thing to do to begin with. And she fought a little bit, as most people would be doing if they were in 8-foot swells. Then he went over and found the other woman, who was also screaming, the other young woman, got them both on the surfboard. At this point, the young man, who's also here with us today, had floated way out, and he had to make a decision, bring these 2 women in or go out and get them. He went out with them on the surfboard, pulled him up basically by his hair. He had to spend over a week in the hospital because of the amount of the young man who was pulled out because of the amount of water in his lungs. But Carlos managed to pull him up on the surfboard, and then when 4 total on the surfboard managed to get in through 8-foot waves, as I said. An amazing thing. If Carlos was not there, these young people would not be with us. So I lifeguarded on the Long Branch, New Jersey, while Carlos was lifeguarding in Long Branch and the Rockaways back in the 80s. Okay. So I saw this in the paper. I said, this is really a remarkable thing by a remarkable man, and I wanted to bring him down here and honor him by the whole City Council and by my colleague Eric Ulrich, who represents the Rockaways. Take a little bit of care down there, will you? What are we going to do without Carlos next time? I will ask the clerk to read the proclamation.
Council of the City of New York Proclamation. Whereas the Council of the City of New York is proud to honor Carlos Rodriguez for his extraordinary heroism off Rockaway Beach. And whereas, at the age of 16, Carlos Rodriguez moved with his family from Uruguay to New York. After high school graduation, he attended Brooklyn College to pursue a degree in journalism. During this time, he also became one of the 1,200 New York City lifeguards for the New York City Department of Parks and Recreation, who watch over more than 20 million swimmers between Memorial Day and Labor Day. And whereas, today at the age of 34, Mr. Rodriguez is no longer a New York City lifeguard, but he still likes to surf. On May 26, 2010, with the temperature reaching into the 90s, he planned to surf off Rockaway Beach. He paddled out 100 yards between 8-foot swells, but before he could catch the first wave, he saw 2 teenage girls in distress. As soon as he heard them scream, "Help, help, I can't swim," in Spanish, he knew there was no time to lose. And whereas